Hi, friends. Join me as I embrace the solopreneur journey of this upcoming year. I'll be sharing some of my life lessons. I'll be sharing some of my ups and downs, as well as moments that I just wanted to throw my laptop out the window because it's all part of the journey, but I wouldn't trade it for any other. And I love being on the solopreneur journey. So join me as I chit chat with you about my life as a solopreneur. You know, in this fast-paced, ever-changing society, solopreneurship is more than just a trend. It's something that a lot of people are using as a lifeline, something that a lot of people need today. And I'm glad to be part of this. Years ago, at least 2 decades to be exact, I was coming out of the 9-to-5 rat race and I wanted to find my own niche in the area of online business. I just had a baby and I wanted to try to see if I could do life as a stay-at-home, work-at-home mom, which was kind of a bandwagon that a lot of mamas back in those days was starting to try to figure out because life just wasn't set up for us that way. And we were trying to take life by the reins and figure out entrepreneurship with this new entity we had called the internet. So we were trying to figure out working from home via the internet, and that was in 2002. And here we are today, able to do a lot of the things that we couldn't figure out how to do back then because we have so many more tools and resources. So now that we have all of this availability, how do we do it? And again, why did we do it? I think for me, it was because I wanted to work on projects that I'm passionate about. I wanted to be closer to my family. I wanted to be near my family and near my kids. I wanted to raise them myself, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money to put them in daycare. That was just my personal preference. So it was about aligning my work with my values. But I tell you what, one thing I definitely learned about entrepreneurship and being a solopreneur is that it is not easy. And there are days when it's overwhelming because you're not only the financial department, you are the customer service representative, you are the accountant, you are the marketing department, and you're doing everything. You're wearing all the shoes and all the hats, and it's a lot. So not only was it overwhelming for me, but there was also the isolation factor. Because at my other jobs, I always had this sort of faux community, but it was nonetheless a community. It's your job work-life community, and we were kind of a work family. And so I spent like almost 8+ hours every single day, Monday through Friday, with my work family, and that becomes your community when you're working a full-time gig. But when you are a solopreneur, you don't really have that anymore. So you're working by yourself and you have to figure out ways to create community for yourself. Not to mention, as a solopreneur, I had to be more mindful of every aspect of what I'm doing in my business to stretch every single dollar. That meant that I ended up learning how to design my own websites, how to do my own marketing, and how to take care of my own financials for my taxes at the end of the year. So there's so many hats, like I said earlier, that I had to wear, and it was a little bit overwhelming. So how did I manage to keep going year after year after year after year? Despite all of the downsides to solopreneurship that I just mentioned, what kept me going? First of all, I embraced the idea that I couldn't do everything on my own without special tools and support systems. So I created systems of organization within my business. Every solopreneur needs it. And for me, some of those tools consisted of things that were more like project management tools like Asana or Trello. And I learned which facets of my business needed to be outsourced. So once I figured out which places I could outsource some of my work to, I was on it. From Fiverr to Upwork, I was constantly finding ways that I could farm out my work as long as it wasn't the work that I enjoyed doing. If I didn't enjoy doing it, I found a way to outsource it. Now, I didn't always have the budget to outsource everything that I wanted to, and even today I still don't. But for the smaller things, such as graphic design or a couple of other little odd end things that I need, I will outsource those things because it just makes my life so much easier and saves me a lot of time. I also love tools like HoneyBook because HoneyBook has really streamlined my entire workflow for getting my guests onboarded for my podcast, to getting my clients onboarded for a new website design or a marketing package. It's all there for me. My booking calendar's there, all my forms are there, and it just makes my life so much easier. I also leaned into community. I talk about this a lot in my videos because it's so important. But as a solopreneur, we get lonely and we need to have other people that think like us, or at least want to go in the same direction that we ourselves are going in. So it's great to find community, whether it's a Facebook group or some type of a mastermind or membership that you can join with other like-minded people who are along the same solopreneur journey as you. And you can think together, you can work together. I really love co-working sessions. I just find it so useful when you can collaborate, and it's just awesome to do that, because when you are a solopreneur, you need to network, you need to be with other people, and it just makes your day. It makes everything so much better to have other people to bounce ideas off of who are on the same journey as you. Also, let's briefly talk about self-care, because as solopreneurs, you cannot neglect the care and keeping of you. So it's so important to, whether it's spending time with your family or spending time by yourself, whether it's a bubble bath, whether it's a glass of your favorite drink, whether it is going out with a girlfriend and just having a good time, or relaxing at home, going to sleep a little earlier than usual, or watching some Netflix movies, or whatever it is that you love to do that makes you happy, that makes you unwind and causes you to feel good about life, you should totally do it. Because self-care is the thing that's also going to keep you going for the long run as a solopreneur. We can't afford to burn out, because everything we're doing kind of depends on and relies on the energy level that we're able to bring to the table. So let's just stay healed, healthy, whole, motivated, drinking lots of water, eating the good foods. Let's be good to ourselves. Let's be very kind, and let's keep the stress out of our lives. I love sharing my stories, my personal stories, with my friends online. And that's what I do here on my vlogs. I feel like every time I share something, I'm helping. At least that's my hope, that I contribute to the good in the world and not bring negativity to the table. I want to help solopreneurs. I want to help you get your ideas launched and get you moving and motivated into your next season of life. And the best way I can do that is to share my stories. And it means so much to me when I share something personal and you say, me too, I feel the same way. Thank you so much for sharing, because it helped to motivate me. That keeps me going, that by itself. If nothing else, I just love being a support system to those who are needing just a little bit of encouragement to keep going. So here's what I've learned about being a solopreneur. It's not about being perfect. It's not about showing up with the right content, with just the right thing to say at the right time all the time. You really do have to kind of fly by the seat of your pants and live by faith, because being a solopreneur is going to take a massive amount of trust. Trust in your future, that it's going to be okay. Trust in a higher source and a power higher than yourself. And for me, that's God, that's Jesus. I trust in him to get me where I need to be. Trust that you are going to end up where you need to be in life. And that includes your business, that no matter how hard you drive that business and how hard you work on it, that it's going to take an amount of trust to be able to take a step back, relax, and allow the work that you've already done go in front of you and speak for itself, so that you're paving the way for your future self. As you're doing the work you're doing today, it's going to count for something later on. That's why you've got to work. That's why you've got to put forth the effort today, because you never know what impact you're going to have 5 months down the road, or 10 months down the road, a year or two. It's going to be a tremendous impact that you're going to make. So continue to trust the process. Continue to have faith that what you're doing is helpful, It's motivating, it's encouraging, it's inspiring, and somebody feels healed and supported because of what you're bringing to the table. Never stop, never give up. Keep doing it as long as you can. Keep offering the support, even if the numbers are trickling in really slowly and you're starting to wonder if this is even worth it. Keep doing it, even if you have to slow down the amount of effort that you're putting into it. Keep putting something out there because you never know. So I'd love to hear from you. What are some of your challenges as a solopreneur? I want to hear from you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I want to hear from you, and I can't wait to come back with more content to help you along your entrepreneurial journey. Don't forget to check out my courses and other products and resources that you can get a hold of. You'll see all that information in the description box, and I can't wait to talk to you again soon.